Hello again, and welcome back to this edition of Let's Play Mac OS X 10, where we are still playing Civilization 5, the 1066 campaign, as the Normans, fighting to take over England and build the Doomsday Shire courts against Denmark, England and Norway. We're now in the 10-turn countdown to the end of this game, so this will almost certainly be the finale to this little series. In the last episode we finished all the Shire courts, as you can see, and took over a nice little buffer zone in the north in case any unexpected invasion forces should arrive. We sold off pretty much the whole army and set pretty much everywhere to making money so that we could buy as many workshops and things as possible. As you can see, London, we built a load of farms and used up all the production resources around it to make sure that once the Shire courts were built, we'd be able to build the Doomsday Book as quickly as possible. So that's our goal now. We've got 10 turns left to win. We've got all the Shire courts we need, but we still need to build the Doomsday Book. So, moment of truth. Let's find out whether we will have enough time to build the Doomsday Book. So I'm going to London, changing the production to the Doomsday Book, and it says 10 turns. So let's just double check I did set the workshop. Yep, okay, so we have the specialist in the workshop. Let's see, 330. We won't be able to build a great engineer in time, so gonna have to rely on the population growth so that we can finish this. Because we need to finish this, I think we need to finish it in 9 turns. I think if it finishes at exactly the same time as the game, it won't count. So I think we need to try and get this down to 9 turns, and I think the only way we can do that is to just keep building loads of farms. So that's the goal: build farms and not get invaded. Let's see if we can do it. I noticed there are some barbarians down here screwing up my deer camps, so I'll finish them off. Get some get rid of them, get that general out of the way, get this worker, so that as soon as those guys are gone we can rebuild that camp. Okay, and let's check how much of this territory actually belongs to London. Okay, so I'm going to buy that tile there, send those guys to build a farm there, which will contribute to London's population growth. I don't know, let's just see if we can find out what this tile belongs to here. I don't actually know how you do that, so I'm gonna just assume that it will help to build it. So let's see. I'm gonna send this guy down here just in case that belongs to London. It's possible. Yeah, that will. Okay, that'll be good. That'll help. And there's also that square there. So we don't actually have any more fighting to do, really. Gonna sell that guy because we don't need him. I don't know if selling great generals helps, actually. I don't know if they have an upkeep cost. Let's find out. William the Conqueror. Oh, I don't want to sell William the Conqueror. Oh dear. How about this guy? Gaius Marius. No, it doesn't give you a money bonus, there's no point. See how much our army keeps So we've managed to bring our army upkeep down by 7 per turn. Still quite high, so let's promote a unit. Okay, we're gonna send these guys down there. Gonna build a market here. Take 4 turns. They can hang out still. What are those guys doing? Clearing a marsh. Well, instead of that, let's get them to build a market. Not that one. Oh, cool. Not that one goal is going to make much of a difference, but who knows? It's probably worth it. Okay. Turn number 9. Still getting this bug message that we've got enough about our knights, which I think must be out of date. I can't get rid of it, so okay. I can build a farm there. 4 turns. This guy can heal up. Oh, you see this? Customs house. When you get a great merchant, which is one of the other great people you can unlock, or you're awarded, much like the great generals and great artists, which you've seen, you can get great merchants, and their special building they can make is a customs house, which just increases the gold revenue of the nearest city, and it also actually forget it. Then yeah, there are other special abilities that they can like the I'm thinking in slow motion right now. The great artists. Oh no, why has that gone up? I've got no idea where that's happened. 1 from terrain, 3 from buildings, 2 from specialists. What happens if we do this? No difference. Might as well leave it on. That's a bit worrying. I'm a bit worried about that. I don't know if saying all of these cities to make gold makes a difference. I don't know. We've built 7 Shire courts now. Maybe that has something to do with it. As you can see, as time goes on to production, it costs more to buy tiles, and also I think it affects your culture yield as well. It costs more culture to buy them, or the rate at which your border expands reduces. So it's only kind of like a short-term tactic. You don't want to keep doing it forever because you kind of can't. It's like an emergency system. What was I saying about? Yeah, like the great artist, he could either build a monument which increases the culture for the city, or he could use the culture bomb skill, which gave us all this territory down here. Great merchants can either build a customs house like this one in York, or they can conduct a trade mission where you send them to a city-state, into the city-state's territory. You use the trade mission skill, which consumes the great merchant, but it also gives you a load of money based on, I think, the wealth of the city-state you send it to. It's gone down to 9 now, but it's not going down quick enough. I don't know why that's happened. I don't know if it's from buying tiles. Let's see. So we're not actually yielding any productivity, so maybe what I'm going to do is citizen management. I forgot about this. Production focus, and the Doomsday Book will now take 3 turns. Well, that's less of a challenge now, certainly. I feel like I've cheated a bit. Or I could have won this a whole lot earlier if I'd remembered you could do that. I could have built all the shard courts a lot quicker. I'd forgotten that. I remembered you could do specialists. Oh well. So 3 turns. But as you can see, by changing that from the citizen management, because yeah, we have 13, population of 13, which means we can assign 13 tiles of we can be using 13 tiles, and as you can see, it's the ones with the green lights are the ones which we're actually using. So by assigning production focus, it means they used up all the production tiles first, and then balanced out amongst the other tiles. So you can change it to science, different tiles depending on what you want that city's focus to be. But by changing it to production, we've obviously stopped using a bunch of the farms, and so the food yield has decreased massively. So if we wanted to, basically, it's not always best to have that kind of balance. So we're actually not using most of these tiles. Oh well, it's good to keep the workers busy, I guess. It's a waste, but oh look, oh wow, that's unexpected. Do you think Denmark can? Oh look, so this is most literate. That's a measure of who has the most technologies, but obviously because technology is disabled on this scenario, we will have the same amount. But also you'll notice that Harold Godwinson of England is no longer showing here because he's out of the game, because we took over Chester, which was his last city. Okay, worker. You can actually set workers, if you don't want them, if you're not working towards a specific focus, you can set them to automated, so they'll run off to find, well, I don't know where they're going, but they'll find a city that needs some work done, basically. So I'm just going to set them all to do that, because we don't need them. So we do need to pay some attention to this invasion that's cropped up out of nowhere. We obviously noticed we were selling off our armies. I'm going to move this guy away, because otherwise he'll get beaten straight away when they land. Oh, that's too far. Oops. Set them to automated as well. Okay, a city-state message here from Galloway. Scotland has its own theme tune. What do they want? Scotland has had a dispute with Galloway, so basically Scotland wants us to eliminate Galloway, but we're not going to do that because there's 2 turns left and then we win. So, but on a game where you'd be looking, so if we were playing as England in this scenario, it would actually be worthwhile pursuing that kind of thing, because it would mean you get the backing of the city-states, and you'd need that because England is basically always going to be losing territory in this game. They can't depend on their own cities really to build all the armies they need, so instead they can ally up with neighbouring city-states and then get donated money and soldiers and stuff. And on this particular scenario, because they automatically would receive all the units, I think, of the city-states, it would mean that they'd also get access to all those special units like the longswordsmen and the longbowmen, which I think is basically the only way you can really get an edge on this scenario as England. Because obviously we were getting
the world has been convulsed by war. Many great and powerful civilizations have fallen, but you have survived.
Alright.
And emerged victorious.
Just got an achievement down there.
The world will long remember your glorious triumph.
Well, there you go. I guess we finished the Doomsday Book while I wasn't looking. So we managed to win with, I think, 1 turn left to spare. So let's look at the demographics. Population. We had a population of 6.7 million people, making us the winner. Surprisingly, Norway had the worst. That's interesting because Denmark only has those 3 cities, whereas I think Norway also has 3 cities, but it probably had York and probably some other parts of England as well, possibly Scotland. Okay. Crop yield, that's how much food you produce each turn. 380 million bushels, so we won that as well. Denmark being the worst. Manufactured goods, I think that's how much production points you earn each turn. We won that as well. GNP, that's gross national product, which is how much gold you're making each turn. No, it's not how much gold you're making each turn. Oh, it is, yeah, but it's not profit, it's total income. So winning that as well. Land, 3 million square kilometers. Soldiers, we didn't have the biggest army, I guess, because we sold off most of it. We actually had the smallest army of the surviving factions. But I'm sure if we'd seen this survey done before we sold off all the army, we'd definitely have the biggest army. Approval, this is how happy your people are. Considering happiness is turned off in this, I'm not quite sure how Denmark had a higher happiness rating than us. But it's probably because they have no occupied cities. Both us and Norway had occupied some cities, which is why we both got 0%. Literacy is how much technology you got. We will draw on that. So there you go. Let's see what score we got for that. Louis the 16th we got equal to, which is listeners never hear any good of themselves. So we didn't do very well, but I guess that's because we played on only the 3rd difficulty setting. So there you go. There we go. Not sure if there's anything else to say about that. So that's it for this short series, 5-part series on the 1066 Viking conquest scenario on Civilization 5 Gods and Kings. This has been Let's Play Mac OS X, so thanks for watching the series and making it to the last episode. I hope you enjoyed the series. I hope it gave you a good sense of the game for those who haven't played this game before. Maybe you're thinking about buying it or just wanted to see what it was like. Yeah, I'll probably let's just see what other scenarios there are. So there's Conquest of the New World, Empires of the Smoky Sky, which is like a steampunk thing, Fall of Rome, Roman Empire. That's the Crusades. It's like Pacific, Southeast Pacific, Mongol campaign, Japanese samurai campaign. and Ancient Civilizations campaign. So I'll play. I guess I'll do Conquest of the New World next. Probably be about the same length series as this one, and I'll probably buy the Brave New World expansion pack at some point, which will give us some more scenarios. Yeah, and potentially I'll play a single player game, but probably not. Yeah, so thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you remember to like and subscribe my videos on my channel, and watch out for future updates and new playlists of games. I'll put a video up of the possible games I could do playthroughs of, and so people can let me know which ones they'd like to see, and if you have any questions about this game or whatever, feel free to leave a comment. Okay, thanks again. This has been Let's Play Mac OS X Civilization 5. Until next time, take it easy.